Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Lion Den Sport Podcast. Today on the podcast I have Alfie Clegg. Alfie is a boxer, professional boxer from Guildford. We hear his inspirational story of how he went from someone who was in his bedroom for 3 or 4 years to becoming a professional boxer, to having his own boxing gym. This is one of the most inspirational podcasts I've done to date. I hope you look forward to it. Please like, subscribe and share on this video, guys. Thank you. Alfie, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Great to get you on. We've been speaking with John Edwards. We had him on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he was like, you have to get on Alfie Clegg. So I was
Yeah.
like, Alfie Classy Clegg as well.
Classy Clegg, that's it.
Classy
Yeah.
Clegg.
No,
So
wicked.
I'm glad you're here, brother. Thanks for coming down, mate.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it very much.
First of all, Classy, where does that come from, man? That's a
Yeah.
big
So
name.
you know what? I had a paper write up when I was still boxing as an amateur years and years ago, and it just come up and it was like Alfie Classy Clegg, and I think Ben, the trainer down our club right now, he's the one that thought of it, and he'd done the paper write up and stuff. So yeah, he just put Alfie Classy Clegg, and then since then it stuck. You know.
How old were you then?
Maybe 14, 15, maybe 15. Yeah, maybe 14, 15. Back then, I think it was towards my last amateur fights. Yeah.
I've seen you fight. You're definitely a classy fighter, mate.
Yeah,
From what I've seen, so
Thank you very much.
it does you justice. So Alfie, you're here today. We want to find out more about you.
Yeah.
Who you are, why you do boxing, and what your future goals and stuff are as well. So start off from your early career. What is it? What made you get into boxing first of all?
So I actually started boxing due to bullying. I had a little bit of trouble in school and stuff. And it was sort of mix and match. My dad boxed when he was younger. My great granddad boxed as well, but it was never put upon me. So I started playing football and stuff like that, and never actually they never shed light on that they was boxers. Then I started getting a bit of trouble at school. Started boxing, and then I started growing confidence. But in this time period of me boxing, I wouldn't leave the house, so I was stuck in my house. Being bullied, left school, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, refused to go to school, refused to leave the house. I wouldn't go to Tesco's. My mum used to try to get me to go shopping and things, and I wouldn't do it. So yeah, I was just always stuck in the house on Call of Duty and stuff. But the only place I would leave is boxing. So I'd be confident enough to walk into the boxing gym, get in there, do my training, do my sparring, and then go home and get back on the game.
Wow. So you'd only for what age did this sort of anxiety and sort of start? Or this bullying sort of start?
About 12, yeah, about 11, 12. No, I'd say 12, year 7, innit? So year 7 is about 12, innit? So it was like it was the end of year 7, start of year 8, and that's when I sort of left school. My mum would try daily. She'd try to take me to school, so I'd come into school, and yeah, I felt overwhelmed. Like I knew people were talking about me and people were looking, and it was just like, because I'd had a couple of weeks off of school, and by the time I come in, people were like bickering and talking, and I can't deal with that sort of stuff. I'm actually diagnosed with autism, so my head interprets things different. Even if I go to a busy place now, I've still sort of like still got that mindset, but I know that like I've grown and I'm matured now, so I just get through it. But yeah, so I'm diagnosed with autism, so we didn't know at the time, but that's the reason I was getting these panic attacks. I was getting these breakdowns. I was refusing to go to school. I was refusing all this other stuff, is because deep down there was an underlying issue due to it. It weren't just because I was refusing. I didn't want to go to school. I had a breakdown. Refused to go back. Didn't want to be getting bullied. Didn't want the hassle or the drama. So just stuck with the boxing. Stuck with the Call of Duty. Mum tried as hard as she could. She took me to loads of CAM meetings. She took me to loads of meetings trying to get this problem diagnosed. And then after a couple of years, we had a lot of meetings, a lot of like interviews and stuff like that. And I got diagnosed with autism. Yeah.
So what are the sort of side effects of autism?
It's a massive spectrum. It's not just like you're autistic, you do this. It's a massive. You can see. So obviously when I left school, beginning of year 8, I didn't start back school until what would have been year 11.
Okay, so
at an autistic school. Yeah, but I got put back a year, so I got put back into year 10. I started back at year 10, had to redo, so obviously because of GCSEs I couldn't go straight back into year 11 and do GCSEs without studying for years, so I had to do year 10 and year 11 again, got a couple of GCSEs, but that's when I started getting confident again. So I had my confidence from boxing, by the time I turned about 14, 15, I started winning a couple of titles and stuff like that. And I was back in school at this time. So when I turned 15, I got back into this school. And yeah, it was just onwards and upwards from there. So that school then boosted me to get where I was. But being at this school, I learned how big the spectrum really is. And it is massive, because obviously me, with my little anxiety and my little things that behind closed doors people don't know about, you know what I mean? Like I still suffer with autism, I still suffer with depression, I still suffer with anxiety, but I don't show it. Got to put a brave face on, keep marching through the days, and then you go and I'm at this school now, and I see people who are really severe autistic who have trouble speaking, who can't speak, you know. So the spectrum's that big. It can be from sort of not really noticeable, like people say to me all the time, oh, you wouldn't know you have autism and stuff like that, and then to people you see who, okay, you can see they're severely autistic and trouble, difficulties. But autism's amazing. So if you have a look at some people who have trouble speaking or trouble with their speech or difficulty in certain situations, they can be super smart. So a lot of things with autism, with people with autism, you get super smart, smart guys who find it difficult in one situation but excel in another situation.
Yeah.
And autism is amazing. It's not anything to shed badly on. It's amazing. It's truly an amazing thing, to be fair.
And why do you reckon that you see you said at the spectrum, you see people who were at one severe to people who were at another severe?
Yeah.
Do you reckon boxing sort of helps you manage your autism?
I think boxing helps me manage who I am and what I want to be, and my emotions, the control of myself, my anxiety, and my depression as well. When I stopped boxing, when I turned 15, and obviously everyone wanted to start being my friend again. I got friends at this new school. Started posting on social media about my boxing a bit more, so people started popping up to me. Then I started getting invited to parties, which I didn't have. I didn't get invited to no parties from like 12 to 15. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't go parties for 3-4 years. Didn't get invited to anything. So now I'm 16 now. Everyone wants to be my friends. So I still boxing, but I started then going out. I started going to parties, started hanging around with other people, started going here, there and everywhere, experimenting. And I turned into someone who isn't me, because then I stopped training and started going out more. So then I left boxing behind and I started going out, meeting new people, being friends with loads of people. And, you know, like, everything happens for a reason. So I don't think that it doesn't. I think everything happens for a reason. I had to go out and experiment these new things. I become someone who I'm not today. I become someone who I'm not. I was very rude. I wasn't a very nice person, and I can say that clearly, because I become round all these other people, and you get a sort of ego. So you gain this ego of what other people are doing, and you start watching these videos, rap videos on YouTube. So you become someone who you're not. And I started thinking I'm better than everyone else, or whatever else. And I'm like, looked at myself after a couple of years. And I'm like, I don't like this person. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't me. I'm boxing. I'm nice. I'm like, mum and dad, like, I'd come in the house, I wouldn't even have conversations with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I come so distant. It was like, nah, this isn't me.
Sounds crazy for you. You went from one severe
Yeah.
to someone who you didn't want to come out of their bedroom.
Yeah.
To someone who then,
Yeah.
I guess, was that quite often going to parties?
Yeah.
You said you were smoking and stuff like that as
so
well.
I smoked for a couple of years as well. Yeah. So I went from one extreme to being this shy boy. So, like, in a ball, apart from boxing, because boxing I'd fight in front of hundreds of people. That wasn't a problem. To then going from this one extreme to then everyone wants to be a friend, going to parties, thinking, do you know what I mean? Thinking you run the party, do you know what I mean? Hang around with people who are not very nice people. Do you know what I mean? That's the simplest way to put it. Not very nice people, not got good morals. And that isn't me, because I've got good morals, but it's when you're influenced to a certain degree. And with autism, you get very influenced. So if I get obsessed, so I get attached to things. So then when I was in that lifestyle, and you feel like you're missing out if you're not doing something. You feel like if you're not going to that party, you're missing out. If you're not the person that's speaking up, you're the one, people are going to look down on you because you're this boxer and stuff. So I took this fake persona on, which wasn't me. And I can speak about that. I can speak about that because I've excelled now to the point where this is me. This is me. I've got nothing to hide. I've been there. I've done it. But I want to help as many people as I can. I've got my own gym. I'm helping people come from lose weight. I'm helping people who are getting bullied themselves. I'm helping people who are getting themselves into this lifestyle. and I'm trying to bring him away from it, get him into boxing, get him fights and stuff, and say, come away from that. You're not going to get nowhere doing these things that you're doing now. I know when you get 15, 16, you want to be in the crowd, you want to be doing what all your friends are doing or doing what the older boys are doing, and that's a big thing. Is you're not going to get nowhere. The only place you're going to end up is getting in fights, end up in the street, getting in fights in the street, doing the wrong things, ending up in cells, and it's not good at all. And you need to take a step away from that. But yeah, so I went from one extreme to the other.
Do you reckon that extreme? So where you were stuck inside for 4 or 5 years, 4 years in your bedroom, and then going out partying, all these things. Do you reckon during that time when you were partying and you were going out with these people and causing trouble, as you said, it was because of the time that you missed out during your year 7 to year 5? Do you reckon that was part of it? If you're like, do you know what, I need to make up for? So I'm going to do as much as I can. Because people do that, don't they?
Yeah. No, I think it could have been. And then I started liking the attention. I started liking the attention I was getting off people. And in that, like I said, in that time period. So that was from 16 to 19, 20. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't get back training until I was 20. I'd say towards end of 19, 20. So I went from 16 to say 20, say 4 years without training or anything. A bit of gym work and stuff, going to the gym and stuff. Now and then, maybe once in every 8 months, I put my face down the boxing club and go have a spar and stuff. Do you know what I mean? There's actually some photos on John Edwards' wall where he's like, Alfie Clegg's back, made an appearance at the gym, and that's after me being out of the gym for like 2 years, and he got a photo and he's like, I hope to see you back. And then that was me gone again for another year or two. Do you know what I mean? So, so I was still doing things. I was being around gym, but I wasn't enjoying it. I was just living up to everyone else. I was trying to impress everyone else rather than focus on myself and who I want to be and what I actually want to do with my life, because I wasn't doing nothing with my life. I was doing literally nothing. Do you know what I mean? I was going to college in the time, and I was doing my electrical course, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And boxing is what I wanted to do. It's funny because when I went away to Portugal now, and we lost sadly John's dad, Lewis. So he's very close to me, and he's very close to my dad. And he'd always ring to check up on me. He's like, "Alfie gone boxing?" My dad would be like, "No, he hasn't." "Is Alfie gone back boxing?" "No, he hasn't." And he'd always be like, "Come on, Alfie, you need to get back boxing."
That was John's dad.
That was John's dad. He was always ringing my dad. They had a good relationship. And then I never got back boxing before he sadly passed away. So then he passed away, and I was like, "Listen, I've got to make a change." Went to Portugal, done a little bit of training out there. Told my mum and dad, "I'm gonna go. This is it. This is my comeback. I'm going back boxing." And they was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll see you in 10 years. We'll see." Yeah, and they didn't believe me because they'd asked me so long. "Come on, let's get back boxing. Let's do this," and they just didn't believe it. So I just made it happen. I thought, I'm not getting no younger. I'm 20 now. I've had this fun. Like, I got a girlfriend when I was towards the end of 17, so almost going on 18. And bless her, Angel. Her name's Angelica. I love her to pieces. She put up with me through all this. So me being this fake persona and being this fake person, she actually stuck by my. It makes me quite emotional, because she actually stuck by my side through this whole time. Which is cool. So same with my mum and dad. They stuck by me, although I wasn't a nice person. But she put up with me being a pain in the ass.
What sort of things? What sort of things were you doing?
So I'd leave. Like she had her own place, so she had a shared house, and we got together. Like our relationship was quite intense. She went from moving. She moved. She was from she lived in Ash, but then moved to Peterborough. Then come back to Guildford when she was 17, and was living in like a shared house. And one day she's turned up at my door. And she's like, "I can't live there no more. They're all there doing drugs." And this is when we've just stopped. We've only been talking for 4 months. She's broken down. She's in tears. She's broken to bits. And I said, like, I'm not that. My mum and family are such amazing people. They welcomed her into my house with open arms. They said, "Yeah, come in, let's go." So she started living with me, and that was quite intense because we've only known her for 4 months. I'm like, am I ready for a girlfriend yet? Remember, I've only been going out for about 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
So I still wanted to go out and party and do all these fun things all my friends were doing, and she just wanted looking after. She just wanted to be with me. You know what I mean? So, and me being me, like I said, I let her down. Do you know what I mean? I was going out. She was staying at mine. I'd go out. I'd leave her all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she's this anxious girl. So it wasn't very nice. Obviously we had when I was there, I love her to pieces. Do you know what I mean? Like, she loved me to pieces, but it's not that. It's the fact that I could have just come away from partying and stuff, and rather than upset her, stayed with her. But I was that age. So I missed out so much. I was like, no, I'm going clubbing. I need to do this. I need to do that. And she hated it. Sometimes she'd be broken down over it, and I let her down. I let her down. I was letting my family down. I was letting a lot of people around me down by just being this fake person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a very nice person, but I come back and I'm here. So
it's funny you say that you know, again we say that you missed out on during that time when you were in school. People normally say that, like you see some boxers that I think, oh, I missed out on the parties, missed out on nights out on the girls, whatever. They missed out on that time.
Yeah.
And they feel like they have to go back to it.
Yeah, of course.
But you're going back to it because of you know it's your missus, not really the boxing. You want to go into boxing, right?
Yeah.
People don't want to go far as way as boxing as they can.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How does it? Do you get that feeling as well that you want to go away from boxing and you feel like you're missing out on something?
No. I've had, like I said, I had 4 years of it. So I had 4 years of just being a little shit. That's the simplest way to put it. I was a little shit. I wasn't very nice. Do you know what I mean? Like if I watch, sometimes I see videos back, I don't even click them to watch them. Like, you know, on Snapchat, I don't even click them to watch them because I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. Simple as put it. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't. Boxing's my life. I live boxing. I train 2-3 times a day. I train loads of kids every day. I train loads of adults every day. I'm just living in the gym. Do you know what I mean? I don't go anywhere else. We go out for food on the weekend, me and the missus. We chill over night time, watch TV and stuff, and that's it. Like, I don't. Sometimes she's like, "Oh, guys, can we go out this weekend for a drink?" Because she likes having a drink here and there. So I'm like, nah. I was like, oh, she drags me into it though. She, bless her, she drags me into it. So, but yeah, we had a good holiday just gone. So she like, I'm on the water, she's partying. You know what I mean? I've got to sit there till 2 a.m. just drinking water, watching her dance and love life. But yeah, I don't miss any of it. I don't go like, oh yeah, let's go this week. I only go get drunk. I don't like getting drunk. When I was doing it, I didn't like it. But it's because everyone else is doing it. Everyone else is smoking. Everyone else is living this fake persona, wannabe life. It's like, I want to do that. And then I was like, no, listen, get my life back together. This is me. I'm 20 now. Do you know what I mean? Time's going quick. Yeah, I was only 16 the other day. I was only 13 the other day, sitting in my bedroom playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, scared, playing my game, loving life because I had loads of mates online, playing my game, doing all that stuff. And then now I'm 16. Now I'm 20. Now I'm got all these friends, and now I'm back to boxing. So now I'm 23. I've had 6 fights, you know. So it's just it goes quick. So that's why when I turned 20, I was like, let's get back in the gym. Got hold of John. I said, let's start training.
How was John when you made that phone call?
I thought he loved it, didn't he? Yeah, no, John loved it. He was over the moon. Started doing a bit of training with me, and then we'd done a few sessions, and he's like, what do you want to do? I said, well, John, like, it's now or never. I want to box again. I said, what do you think? He said, listen. He said, yeah, you had a good run in the amateurs. I'd always fight overweight. I was fighting as an amateur 52 kilos. I'm 50 kilos now. So I was always tubby, and this is when I was like 16, 14, 15, 16. So I was always tubby in the amateurs. So you had a good guy in the amateurs. You're 20 now, so if we start building and try to get you into anything like Team GB and that, it's going to take a process of years. He said, this builds your career back. You've always suited the pro game. You must always have suited the pro game. I preferred being a bit slow, preferred moving my head and stuff. He said, so this just take it back. He said, this just see where you go next couple of weeks, and then if you want to, we'll push for pro. Rung my mum and dad up, and they didn't believe me, did they? Rung a couple of my mates up, and they didn't believe me. Funny enough, I promise you, they didn't believe. Like, oh, have a laugh, mate. You're still, you know what I mean? Like, you've only just come back. You've been smoking for 3 years, been partying every week. You go partying on the weekend, but that was it. As soon as he told me that, as soon as he said, oh, let's go pro, boom, everything got shut away. Just went focused on myself, started training hard, putting the work in. Signed my pro contract with John. Went out for the British Boxing Board of Control interview. Got granted my professional boxing license. COVID struck. So yeah. I was meant to have my first fight just before COVID, January. January just before COVID. I think it's about 3-4 months, maybe 5 before COVID's come. So then that
January started March, didn't it? March 2020.
Yeah. So how long ago before that was January? I don't know my months.
January, so 2 months.
2 months. So literally, I had the fight in January. I was meant to be fighting, and I done my ankle in so bad. It was so bad. I got photos of it. It was like big and bruised. But I never got it scanned. But just got on with it.
How did you do that?
I skip him. So I skip in, and then like there used to be drills like skip, doubles, and then there'd be like put your rope down and do 10 tuck jumps and stuff, and then put the rope down, done a ton of tuck jumps, come down, landed on the rope, ankle's just gone, and I just remember laying on my back, foot up in the air. I was like, nah, this ain't good.
Yeah.
Because I've done my ankles and stuff before, but I said, nah, this is good. So it's game over for me. I remember just like crawling over to a chair, having ice on lying on my back, putting ice on it and stuff. And then I had to drive home with a dodgy foot. And I'm like, so much pain. But yeah, so then that happened. So I didn't get to fight in January. But that was going to be at bantamweight, super bantamweight. So I was going to be about 54 kilos then.
Wow.
So then COVID come, and I just got training. So then I'm flyweight now, so I'm 50 kilos. Got training, come back from being still tubby, still a little bit tub, but not ripped. Come back after COVID. During that was like, whoa, what's happened? Come back ripped, six pack, shredded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great shape. Style a little bit different, bit more movement and stuff, and yeah. So I think COVID was a blessing for me.
But where were you training during that time?
So my gym just got built.
Oh, yeah.
So my dad built my gym, Alfie Clegg boxing gym, which I have at the moment. It was just little at the time. We've extended it 4 times now.
Wow.
So it's just for me. The gym was just built for me to do my training. It weren't for PTs. It weren't for anything. It was for me to get in the garden and train. So the gym got built, just built. It was just the wall. Everything was built. It weren't finished, but it was built. I had bags up. So I was training there, and I was doing a lot of running. I was run. I was running. Yeah.
What sort of distance were you going?
Depends on the day. Like some days, me and my friend was actually doing a lot of running together. So it's like we'd be sending each other scores. So like he'd be sending, I done this today on 3 miles, and I'd be like, nah, I can't have that. I said, I'm not having that. I said, he's done quicker than what I'd done. I said, I need to get out there and I need to get out there and do something. It's funny enough, my friend Pierre, yeah. So we was like competing with each other, and scores and stuff. And then I was like, I'm not having that. So some days I was doing 3 runs a day because my first 2 I weren't beating the time. But I was like, I'm gonna rest, go back and do another one and beat it. But sometimes I was doing 5k, 10k, 12k, done like 14 miles a couple times and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. It was good fun, good bit of competition. And then obviously you got the news that you could train with people. You could go outside and meet someone and train with them. So then we started doing our runs together. And I'd just smoke him. He was gone. Like we'd run together, we'd run together and stuff because we was actually running before I had my ankle injury. And every time we was running together before I had my ankle injury, I was always beating him by like a couple of minutes, or like the ending point, I'd always be there first and stuff. And then the ankle injury come back to running, and went on my first run with him properly, and I was like, whoa. I was like, this boy's quick now. I said, he's done me. I'm finished. I said, I've got to start. So then I started just running loads, and then yeah, I just stopped. But I'm quite a quick runner.
What's your 5k sort of?
My 5k quickest one, I think, is like 18 minutes 20 seconds or something like that.
That's
so
fast. Yeah.
it's not amazing, but it's quick for a boxer.
Yeah.
So that's my sort of quickest time. But yeah, so I'm quite quick. I like to run quite quick. Everyone that comes running with me hates it, so I always just like leave them.
Zoom,
yeah.
Like, how tall are you?
5'4". 5'4", yeah. So I'm small as well. So like I come running with some tall people and they're like, "What's going on?" Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
And I want to talk about your gym, but we'll come on to that.
Yeah.
I want to find out a little bit about your dad and your granddad.
Yeah. Okay, so
you said they were both boxers.
yeah, so my dad boxed. He got into it late. My dad's a man of all trades, all sports, everything.
Really?
He can do everything. Paint. He's done my whole gym. Carpentry,
amazing.
painting, decorating, plaster it. He's done everything. He built the whole gym himself. Cut with help of a couple of other people here and there when he's been at work and stuff like that. But he knows how to do everything. So yeah, my dad's a man of all trades. He's done all stuff, but he didn't start boxing until he was 18. So he had a good guy at it for a couple of years. He never took it too seriously. He enjoyed it. He still trains now. He's quite fat now. When he goes from one extreme to the other, like I say, because the thing is with my dad as well. When I got diagnosed with autism, my mum said, "No, that's it." He said, "You've got it, but you've got it worse than him because he's worse than me." Like I'll go out for food with my missus. My dad won't leave the house. We have to force him to get out of the house. Like he's bipolar and he's autistic, so he's been diagnosed with both. Suffers bad depression. So he goes from one extreme to the other. 1 minute he's 6-pack ripped, next minute he's 13 stone. And he's only small like me. But he goes from extreme to extreme. But he enjoyed boxing. My great granddad, he was pro. He boxed back in the day years and years and years ago before there's any money in it. But he boxed for a little bit as well. So yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's really in the family, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'd say it's in the family. Yeah, it runs in the family.
How did you get introduced to boxing?
Like I said, it was just the bullying side of it. So like, I think,
your dad
to be honest,
took you to
if I remember correctly, I think I just my dad took me down. My dad used to take me. My dad. This is funny because when I was getting bullied and stuff, before all the bullying actually first kicked in, I just joined the club, so I was just into the swing of boxing. So it was like, stay at boxing, you're getting bullied, not going to school, you can carry on with boxing. But just before that, before the bullying started, I think I just got my foot in. But it took like, I started with Paul Goodentate. So I started in his group and started boxing with him. But before that, Paul done good for my career, box amateur. I think I had my first skill belt for Paul. And then I moved on with John. But for 3-4 months, my dad would take me to the boxing club. First time I went there, he took me in, walked in. He said, like I said, he said he can take me training and stuff. Walked in, bang, 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 bang. Hear all these pads going,
Yeah, it's crazy.
smash, wallop, everything. I'm like, nope. I said, no. He said, let's go. So I sat in a chair.
It's intimidating, isn't it?
So intimidating.
Yeah.
So intimidating. So I sat in a chair with him, and then watched the session. He walked out, he got in the car, and he's like, oh, do you want to do this? He's like, yeah. He's like, you want to do it? He said, yeah, I want to come back next week. Sat in the car. I said, looked at how many cars are outside. I don't want to go in there, Dad. Let's go. Back. He done it like 4 or 5 times with me, like, over a space of a couple of months, like taking me there and back. And I'd sit in the car to see how many cars are in there. I'd be like, no, because that's the anxiety. But like I said, I weren't diagnosed with autism at this point, so we didn't know that. He's like, why? He said, you got to do it. It's a door of doom. He said, whenever I went to a boxing club, he went to a few boxing clubs. He said, I walked in there by myself. He said, my dad went. He just said, I've got the same as you have. He said, I'm autistic. He didn't know it, but he said, I'm anxious. I get the anxiety, but you just got to do it. And he just walked through them doors of doom, and you got to do it. And then after 3, 4, 5 times of me taking me, I said, let's just do it. Do you know what I mean? Got in the doors, started getting there, meeting people, getting involved. And yeah, it was good. So I enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? I'd get down there, do my training, get home. That's it. Get back on the Call of Duty. But yeah.
Tell me what it was about a boxing gym that really made you feel comfortable.
The trainers, they care, they talk to you, they make you feel welcome. The other people boxing and stuff, but I think with the group I joined, I went. I'm not a traveller. I went straight into the deep end. With John's group, there's a lot of travellers, so I was getting in there. And I was like probably one of the only people who wasn't a traveller when I was getting involved. So that by itself is quite intimidating because it takes a while on. But once they got click of me and they liked me, I started talking, and you make new friends there as well. But when you're there for yourself. So I'd go and train myself, say hello to everyone, and that's it. You're there for yourself. But it's just a welcome. You feel warm, you feel safe. You're training, you know you can handle yourself a bit now. You're getting in there, you're having blowouts, you're having big scraps like in the sparring and stuff, and you're holding your own. Went from being hit and flustered and to actually holding your own now with the top boys. John always has had top amateurs. And that's simple as it is.
Yeah, it is interesting because you mentioned when you first hear about a gym or you see it, you hear the banging of the bags.
Yeah.
You see the sweat. You see that smell that you get from a gym. You know that.
Yeah, the smell.
And that can intimidate people, can't it?
100%.
But when you go into the gym,
yeah,
and you actually speak to these people, it's one of the most genuine places you can find a boxing gym.
100%. Yeah, it is. And you meet a lot of dads and stuff, and they're like, oh, I like it. Look at like my dad used to say, some of the kids and that will be ready, and I'll be the last one sparring or something. And some of the dads will be like, "Oh no, hang on, I want to watch Alfie spar. I want to watch him spar. Like, hang on." My dad used to say it. And then my dad started getting involved. So my dad went from watching, then he started doing the subs. So he started taking everyone's subs.
Yeah.
And then he went from taking subs to being a coach. So he don't coach down there anymore. He's getting older, but he's working all the time and stuff. But I'm sure he'd love to again. But yeah, it's just it takes up a lot of time coaching and stuff. So the coaches, all coaches who give up their time, can't thank them enough because it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's hard work. It really is.
Tell me what John Edwards means to you.
John Edwards has always been like my second dad. Like I said, when I was going through bullying, I was going through this depression or anxious state, John was there for me just as much as my family, because I'd always be down the club, so I was always there. He's looked out for me. He's done a lot for me, and I can't thank him enough. I can't repay him. And we always will have a special bond, boxing or not boxing. We've always got that bond. And yeah, he's just like another dad to me. Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying, John Edwards come on a few weeks ago, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
And he told us a story about he had a champion in the gym.
Yeah.
That found out that he was bullying you at the club. Yeah. He didn't want to go too much into it.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind,
so obviously I was then having stick from this boxer down the club.
Yeah.
And he was actually part of the travelling community and stuff. And I'd been boxing a couple of years, but I got such a I've been boxing about probably about a year now. But where I'd built this bond with John, and he'd be doing pads for me, and my dad always be talking for me because I'd just be anxious, and I'd just got this bond with him. You know what I mean? I went into like a thing called Catch 22 with him as well, where it's for people who wasn't at school. And he ran it with this person called Wes, and it was like for people who's not at school, get him in to the boxing club during the day. This was even though I was training in the evening, get him into the boxing club, do these like health and safety courses, do a bit of boxing, learn a few things and stuff like that. Anyway, so we got a good bond, and then I was having trouble from this guy, and stopped boxing for a couple of sessions. And my like 3, 4, and John's like, where's Alfie then? Because obviously I was going to all the sessions, all the time. I wouldn't miss a session. He's like, and rung up my dad. Like, Dad's like, oh, he's having a bit of trouble with someone there. John's like, ooh. Dad's told him, kicked the fella straight out. Got rid of him. Yeah, got rid of him. Said, you're not boxing for my club. He said, Alfie, get back in here. Like, that's simple as it is. I think he even done a thing to a few of the boys. Said like, if I had trouble for anyone and anything or anyone, then you'll all be out of here. Do you know what I mean? John's always protected me. He's looked after me like a dad, and I love it. Do you know what I mean? I really do. So it's good.
And what did John's granddad mean to you, or John's dad mean to you?
Yeah, so he was actually there on my first fight. So we went. It was crazy. We had shenanigans. We're running late. That's John. Running late. Yeah. So yeah, we're on our way to Kent now. Met John's dad, and yeah, he come to my first fight. It's the first time I met John's dad. This was in Kent. And there's only 2 of us fighting on the show, so it's quite intimidating. It is, and I was overweight, I was fat, and it was quite quick process. But it's just me and my dad, and then John and his dad, and then we travelled up there. And I think a couple of other boxers come as well, but they went in their own car. But yeah, I met John's dad then, and we had a great spark from that. He watched me fight, and now he come after I come out, he give me a big hug, and this mind you, I haven't just met him, and he's like, John's obviously told him like about me and myself and the problems I've been having, and he just come out, and he treated me like a son as well. So and then we just always had a great bond with Lewis. My dad loved Lewis. My dad treasured Lewis. We got on Lewis's funeral, we got John give us these pins that go through your suit or things like that, little hook pins, and my dad treasures them. He's got them all the time. Yeah, he loves them. My dad loved Lewis. I love Lewis. He was such a great man, such a friendly man. Funny enough, mate, even when he is very old, but even at his age, he'd come sometimes come tell me with dad. He said, oh yeah, I had problems the other day. Some mate, he jumped out of the car at me, and I throat punched him with my knuckle. He was such a geezer, mate. Honestly, he was like, I'll put my knuckle straight in his throat. Yeah, no, I loved him. He was such a great man. He really was. He's lovely.
Amazing, man. And you talked about depression.
Yeah,
that you were going through.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that. What was going through?
I think depression in general it's hard to speak about, isn't it? It's a hard thing to say.
People don't, especially men, they don't talk about it. Do they?
It's hard. What is depression? How do you describe depression? How do you describe if you feel crap down and really don't want to do anything? You don't know that's depression. You just feel sorry for yourself. You just don't know what to do with it. And I had that for a long time, like I said, until I started boxing and started going out and started doing and exploring these new things. But you got to try to speak out about it. Listen, I don't speak about anything. My mum and dad and my missus, they ask me all the time. They say, what's wrong? What's wrong? Or if I've got something going on personally, or I've got something behind the scenes, or I've had a bit of trouble, or something's going on, I don't tell no one. Like, I try so hard to deal with it myself, but it's not the way to go. You got to speak out of it to make things easier. Sometimes I've had, I don't know, something hurting in my heart and stuff, like a pain in my, and I'll go get all these tests and I'll go do certain things, but I'll do that myself on my own front. I won't tell anyone because I don't want it. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about it. I don't want to make it real. I just want to get on with it, make sure I'm okay, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's just me. But people need to talk about it. You need to be able to talk about it, because all that does for me is it makes it worse. Times I do speak about things, take so much stress off my shoulders and stuff. But my mum, my dad, and my missus, they're asking, like, sometimes I come in and they're like, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. Why? And I look angry, and I've got things going on in the back of my head, and they try, like, just talk to us. I'm like, oh no, it's all right. And then it builds up, and then when you do have this build up, I had it a few times. When you have this build up and you leave it for so long without talking about it, or without getting the situation sorted or resolved, you just have a breakdown. I've had a few bad breakdowns, really have. And you just don't know what to do yourself. You don't want to be here. You don't want to do nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm sat in tears in my bedroom. Oh, it can be real nasty, but you got to try speak as much as you can. You got to try, but them breakdowns were mainly when I wasn't boxing.
Okay.
So they were.
There's one common theme here that you see.
So this is mainly when I wasn't boxing. So I was having these breakdowns and these anxiety more when I wasn't boxing. So when I was boxing, when I got back to boxing, when I stopped having it, I stopped having all this drama, I stopped having any stress, extra added stress, because just train, relax, I could just chill. Do you know what I mean? So it's depression's a hard thing to fight, but you got to try fight against it. Don't let it suck you in. Don't get drawn into it. Try speak to anyone you can, and that's all I can say to people. I've got a couple of people now who talk to me. Like even my missus say like some people just talk me up and they talk and like they're going through some stuff themselves and they just ring me up and talk to me, and I can give great feedback. If you want to ring me, anyone that I know personally, even if I don't know you personally, you can ring me, you can talk to me, and I'll try help you, and I'll try to do as much as I can for you. I like giving back, and I'll do as much as I can to help you. But they can do that to me, but I can't do it back. So even though I've got friends and things, and Angel's like my missus sometimes like, when you ring, like when you just like talk to some, I find it hard. My communication, I can talk great now, we're talking fine, but my communication on a deeper level, I find it hard to get over that. Do you understand? And that's just certain people. Like one of my friends, he's training with me, training. I've got fights coming up and stuff, and he does it sometimes. He goes into a black hole, and I don't hear from him from weeks. I'll be texting to make sure he's okay, because I just want to know that he's okay. That's all I want to know. Know he's okay. And then he texts back like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, so it sucks people up. You just got to talk about it, get on with it, get in the gym, get training, do whatever makes you happy. All I can express is do whatever makes you happy. Don't live up to anyone else. Don't expect any. Don't need to please anyone. Don't need to please any single person in this world apart from yourself. Make your friends and family happy.
I think one thing that I can tell from personal experience is when you've been through something yourself, and you see someone else potentially going through that, you can relate to that.
Yeah.
And then you can, instead of you helping yourself, you try and help that person because you know potentially what they're going through.
Yeah.
And that sort of comes across as the reason why you're contacting these people, because you know that feeling.
Yeah.
What was some of the reasons that you went into breakdown and stuff?
Just I think coming, like I said, like when these breakdowns, like I had breakdowns from my mum trying to get me back into school. So sometimes she'd drive to the school. Like this is when I was getting bullied. Sometimes I should drive to the school. This is before I got diagnosed with autism as well. Like I said, she'd drive to the school. She'd sit outside the school with me. She'd try to walk me to school, and I would not have it. I'd break down, screaming, crying, refusing to go into school. And she'd done this a lot. She took me, and she just wanted the best for me. And then it was to the point like she's seeing me in these states, and she said, "There's something. Do you know what I mean? This isn't right. This isn't. You shouldn't be getting these states. Like some people get bullied and they just get on with it. They soldier through it. They go into school and they just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Like they're getting a bit of stick and stuff, but some people just soldier on it. But I was just breaking down. And she was like, "That's enough." I said, "I'm not taking it no more. That's it. We're not going to try no more. Let's get you to the doctors. Let's try resolve these issues. Let's try learn about why. Let's try talk to people." I started talking to therapists, started doing things, and then I got diagnosed with autism. Like I said, and then I had breakdowns again when I was from the age of like 18 to 20, when I was going out living this prep persona. And obviously, what it was is obviously with my missus, I love her to pieces. Like I love her so much, and obviously I was wanting to go. I wasn't say wanting to. I was wanting to, but I was getting led to. "Oh, you come out tonight. Like you got to come out tonight. You're gonna miss out. And then I'm like, "Oh, that's it. I've got to go out then. Like I don't want to miss out. Like I said, I don't want to miss things." So then I'd go out, come back and see her broken down, and she said, "I don't want to be with you no more." And then I couldn't comprehend that. I'm like, I haven't done nothing wrong. Like, and I'd tried trying to make my point come across clear, and that I'm not in the wrong, but I was in the wrong. I was completely wrong. And then her like blocking me out and saying, "No, go home. Like this is it. It's done," sort of thing, and blocking me and everything and that. Then I'd have a breakdown. I'd break down again. Like I couldn't, like I needed to talk to her. I wanted to talk to her and stuff. So when she'd block me and stuff, like I'd have an anxiety attack. I'd be like, "No, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this." So it's just little things like that. You know what I mean? It just happens. It comes out of nowhere. And autism is a funny thing. Like if I feel like I'm losing control, I'm out of control. Like I can then have another breakdown and stuff, and it's hard. But that then leads to depression. And if you're, like I said, people get in themselves in states. My dad suffers with depression a lot. So sometimes he'd lay on the sofa for 3 days, won't do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like I know I see that and try to talk to him and stuff, and he's fine. And it's just like, it's just sometimes he'd be on the sofa for 3, 4, 5 days, and he won't talk to anyone. He won't do anything. His phone will be off. Do you know what I mean? My nan and granddad, they love him to pieces. They'd be ringing the house phone like, "Oh, is Dave okay? Like, we know he's not being okay. Like, he said he's not in a great mindset recently and stuff." My dad has tried to take his own life years back, and he talks about that freely with me because it lets me know that he's always made it clear, like, listen, I'm you. Like, this is the thing my dad always says to me. He said, "I'm you." He said, "Anything you're feeling or you're doing or what's going wrong in your head, remember, I've done it. I've done it 30 years ago." He said, "I've been there. I'm your head." Like, me and my dad are so similar. That's why he got diagnosed with autism and bipolar after me, because when we took him to the doctor, said, "Listen, that's Alfie's double." He said, like, and he's worse. My dad's worse than me. And I've been able to cope better with it because I've had him there to sort of guide me. He didn't have that. My nan and granddad, like, back then, they didn't know what autism was. They didn't.
Yeah.
You don't. It's just, no, look, get on with it. Do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There wasn't all this. Like, now we've got a lot of social media. We've got a lot of things. We've got a lot of people to help. But autism wasn't shred like it was back in the light when he was, and depression and all that sort of stuff. So he's had to deal with it by himself, fight his own demons.
Yeah.
Until now. Until he only got diagnosed with autism and bipolar and stuff when he was, I think, when he turned like 48 or something like that.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so he's dealt with it this long without any help. So he's always there to rely on me, like, do you know what I mean? So sometimes, even though when I'm sound good, I'm sound fine, he'll check up on me. Same with my mum, they check up on me. Same as I get their check up on me. Even though if I say I'm good, sometimes I might not be good, but he's like, my dad's so funny. Like, if he knows something's wrong, if I've got something in my head or something going on, he'd be like, "You're right, mate." I'd be like, "All right." He's like, "What's up then?" I was like, "What?" He said, "I know something." He said, "I know something's wrong." He said, "What's going on?" He said, "I know something's wrong." So he knows me. Do you know what I mean? So he knows when I'm sitting thinking about something. Sometimes there's little things, I'll go and sit in there. If I've got something anxious on my mind, I'll go sit in the front room, or I just won't be talking. And he'd be like, what are you thinking about? He said, "You got to talk to me." And I'm like, no. He's like, "No, no." He said, when you start getting this way, he said, "I can read you like a book." He said, I'm you. Remember that." He said, "All these little things you do to try escape the things you're worrying about, I've done it 100 times."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's been
There's no one that knows their kids better than their mum and dad.
yeah, for sure.
So they certainly know you, which is amazing. Like, have you during this time when your dad struggled with mental health and stuff, he's obviously supported you when have you been there for him as well?
Yeah, always. Like, I think me getting to back boxing has been a great thing for him.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to and shed light on. Like, we have a hit and miss relationship. We love each other so much. Like, sometimes we won't talk for a day. Do you know what I mean? If we get in an argument, we're both as stubborn as each other. So we won't talk to each other for a few days. Do you know what I mean? We're both exactly alike. So it can be a hit and miss. But yeah, I try to help him as much as I can, and he helps me as much as I can, and like, it's good. It's good.
I think the boxing is a great thing though, because it gives, as you said, it gives your dad something to look forward to.
Oh, he loves it. Listen, he goes through. He sit on YouTube of a night time. Like, he called. Sometimes I'm just tired. I want to relax after a long PT. He's like, Alf, come down here now. Come watch this. Come watch this. He said, "You'll beat this person, and he's ranked this in the world. Like, you're smashing," sort of thing. So it's like, he's watching all my opponents. He's watching everyone. He's watching all these other boxers and stuff, and like, more than me. And it's like, he's so obsessed with it. Like, he's like, you're gonna do amazing things. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he just sits there and obsesses about it. And well, you
got two guys here with you right now who think you'll do amazing things.
I've got two friends here. I've got Jake and Neil here. They actually live up here. They live in Pompey, so they've been travelling down from Pompey 3-4 times a week to come train in my gym, Alfie Clegg gym, because they see the knowledge I give back is everything I've learned, and I listen, and now I'm teaching every boxer I can to be the best they can. And it's not just get in there, hit pads and get out. Do you know what I mean? So I put care and attention into my boxers, care and attention into the kids who are coming up now and training with me, because I want them to do great. You know what I mean? I've got some great relationships now. From me doing these PTs, I've got amazing relationships. And
tell me about your boxing club more. You said that you started it during lockdown because your dad started it for when you...
Yeah, so we built the gym.
You built the gym
in lockdown.
Yeah. So now it's massive. Also, you've built quite a bit. Is it still in the garden?
Yeah, it's still in the garden. It's still in the garden, but it's gone from like being here to now coming this way.
What's your mum saying about that?
She's like, "We're gonna have no garden left." She's like, "Oh, Alf, mate,
my house back."
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, we're gonna have no garden left." He said, "Before you know it, we'll be walking through the house straight into the gym."
Everyone's like, "Hey, Mrs. Clegg, we're just going into the gym."
We're just going into the gym. Yeah, that's it. So, it's been great. We built it in lockdown for me to train, and it is still just for me to train. Like my dad said, he said, "Yeah, I put money into it. my dad built it for me, so it saved me a lot of money, but the materials cost money. But he said, yeah, it's the money you're putting into materials, all right. He said, as soon as you train in that once, you've made your money back. It's priceless. You've made your money back. That's your gym. You can train there any time of the day you want. You can do
beautiful way to look at it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. And then never thought about PTs. Then I started doing a couple PTs after lockdown. I was having like 1 or 2 sessions a week. Like I had 2 clients who would come in once a week, and that was it. And then it started from, all right, I'm getting a bit busy. I'm getting like 3 people, 3 or 4 people through the week, 5 people through the week. Now I'm getting now I'm like from 3 p.m. every day till 7:30 p.m. every day. I'm full up with half-hour PT slots, group sessions, one-to-ones, morning slots at 6 a.m. some mornings. You know what I mean? Like every day, 5 days a week. I'm 6 days a week. Saturday I do mornings as well. But I'm fully busy, like, and I've got great relationships. Some of it, like, I've got a lot of regulars now, so I don't even need to look to like book people in and stuff. Like, I just got a lot of regulars who are training and want to fight and want to do a lot, want to get fit, want to stay healthy, and just love training. Like I said, boxing is such a great place to be. It really is. It really, really is. It's such a great place to be. It's a great environment to be in. And look, listen, I've got amazing fans. Do you know what I mean? Always amazing people that always turn up to my shows. I've got hundreds of people always showing up to every fight that I have. There to support me, not anyone else, not to watch anyone. They're there to support me, and that touches my heart. Do you know what I mean? That is something that I can't thank enough, and I cherish every single person. After the fight, I always go try find every single person and talk to every single person who comes and spends their hard-earned money for me. That's just me. I want to talk to everyone. I want to say thank you. Like, this means the world to me. You guys are making this possible. You coming here and screaming my name, and you coming in these Team Clegg tracksuits and got kids running around at the shows in Team Clegg t-shirts and stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like, my fans bring it every single time. I always have the biggest crowd there every time, and it's just, I love them. I love them so much. They do wonders. They honestly do. They do wonders. They're amazing. All of them, every single. And although it's like, oh yeah, might not say, I might not say. Every single person there is like, don't know how much it means to me. Buying a ticket and supporting me and coming to see me. It's honestly, it's breathtaking how much support I honestly do have. And that goes the same for my sponsors, because they're funding me to live this life of a boxer. Boxing's not cheap. When you start off and you're not on these big Sky platforms, you're not making a penny. You get football. You turn a professional footballer. You're earning. You're earning money straight away.
Yeah.
You're earning money straight away. You turn professional boxer, and you ain't got on these big platforms yet. You got to pay your way there. You got to put so much money into training, into cost, into strength and conditioning, nutrition, food, everything, petrol, boxing equipment, everything that comes along with boxing. You're funding yourself. So unless I had these sponsors, I wouldn't be able to do it. They're all amazing.
Who are some of your sponsors?
I'll shout them out quick now.
Yeah.
I've got so many, so I'm just going to pull the phone up because I always forget on the top of my head or miss someone.
How many you got, man?
I got a good handful. I think I got about 7, 8. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's really good.
And like I said, they're the ones that honestly that are funding this whole career. And like I said, without them, none of it would be possible. None of it would be possible. So let's have a look. Got quite a lot. If I can find the post with it all. So listen, I've got Guildford's Removal Services. They're a big company. He come on when that company's only been started up not long, but he come on straight away and said, listen, I'll come on, be your main sponsor, come straight in. And there's removal services around Guildford, but they cover everywhere. Clean Cut Barbershop started just before my first fight, so they've been going all the way through COVID up till now. They've been on for ages and they haven't stopped.
Wow.
Step Correct Guildford's, they do clean shoe cleaning services and designs, and they do my custom fight kit, so like my AC and stuff on my groin guard and head guard and stuff like that. They do all that sort of stuff. Hillside Lounge, drinks, shisha and that sort of stuff. They're an amazing company as well. Very nice person he is. Like they all my sponsors are very nice people. But he come on boards, not exploding at the moment, but he was like, I'm gonna come on and help you because I see where you're gonna go. Same with all of them. And then Hungry Boys Kitchen. That's amazing food. That is. That's some amazing food.
Check that out next time I come there.
Listen, Hungry Boys Kitchen. That's some amazing food. They do some crazy burgers and donut burgers and donut. They do everything. It's all crazy milkshakes, but the burgers and that is top quality food. Then we got Will Whitaker Plastering as well. It's a plastering company. They're from my area as well. He come on board and was like straight away. Just everyone who's come on has just said straight away. They stuck to their word and said, "Listen, I'm coming on board and I'm coming to support you. I want to see you do far. I want to see you go far." as much as it might benefit me, it might not benefit me. I'm not worried. He said, but they come on to support. Every sponsor has always said, I'm coming on to support you and see you go far rather than any benefit themselves. And I always try to give as much back as I can.
Wow.
So yeah, they're all great. King G Apparel, he hasn't even started yet. He's been supporting me for like 5 months now, and he hasn't even posted his first thing on Instagram properly, nothing like that. And he just, like, same as that, he just said, yeah, listen, I'm involved. He said, come watch me do a bit of training and that. He said, I'm involved. He said, I'm going to support you as much as I can. He's actually running for something at the moment for his county in Farnborough in Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like doing a petition poll and stuff. He's trying to
get into politics.
Yeah. So he's trying to build himself up there and stuff. But he's a very nice mate. He come on and helped me quite a lot. It helps me a lot. Bravo's UK as well. You must have heard Bravos. They do the boxing equipment and stuff.
Bravos, yes.
Yeah.
I know those guys. They do a lot of work with Miguel's and
Miguel's and stuff. They do a lot of work with them. They do a lot of work with Xavier Miller.
That's it.
That's a great guy as well. I love Xavier, mate. He's helped me a lot. He's put a lot of input into my career. Puts a lot of input and time into helping me and help me develop, and gives you messages saying like, do this, do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, he put time in training. He was training me out in Portugal. He done a bit of training with me out in Portugal. Yeah, bit of sparring, a bit of all that. So he's helped me into Portugal. Got me around Dillian White's camp when Fury was fighting Dillian. So he got me in there. He got training with me, putting time and effort into me. When he's focused on Dillian, he's a very, very lovely man, very genuine man as well. I've got a lot of time for him as well. And then DNA Home Maintenance, my dad. Yeah, so that's my dad. He does everything: painting, decorating, plastering,
multi-skilled man.
carpentry, build you a gym. If anyone wants a gym, then get in contact.
Do you know what? I might need to get in contact with your dad.
If you want a gym built anywhere,
might have to speak to him. You've got to send us pictures of your gym.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send you pictures and get in contact.
We'll put it on there. We'll put it. Send us some pictures of that. You've got a lot of sponsors, my friend.
Yeah.
I thought you're never going to stop.
I hope I haven't missed anyone, by the way. Yeah, I hope I haven't missed anyone. I don't think so. Like, it's always on the top of my head. I should just get a little note list, shouldn't I? Have it written down before.
On your screensaver.
Yeah. Do you know what it was? I should have brought my T-shirt because they're all on my T-shirt, so I could have just looked down and looked at my... always got my T-shirt on, so when anyone asks me, I'm like, yeah, sponsors.
On there.
But, like, I've got to try to look for my phone and try to find you.
Just out of curiosity, so any young boxer coming through...
Yeah.
And they're looking to get on sponsors.
Okay.
What advice would you give them?
Just making sure I definitely didn't miss no one. Be yourself. Reach out for local businesses. Make bonds with people. Make time for people. Let people know who you are. Let them know about your story. And just be yourself. Like, just know that they might get work back from it. They might get things back for it, but you can't promise them that they're gonna get anything back from it. Until you get on these big shows and stuff. But what I said to my sponsors and what I say to my sponsors again, and I always tell them, you're helping me right now when it's the hardest point of my life and hardest point of my career, when I'm not getting a penny. You're helping me right now. You're funding my career right now. So listen, by you funding my career and you helping me, to all my sponsors, I can't thank you enough. And no matter how much or how little you do, you are the people that's making my dream possible. So for that reason, you supporting me right now when it's hard, it's gritty, and I'm not on these big shows. When I do get to these big shows, which I will, and when I do fight on a big TV platform, when I do fight for world titles, you guys are going to be there. Even if a big sponsorship deal comes on, even if someone with a big name and a big sponsorship, Nike that says, oh, listen, we'll come sponsor you, but we want all your other sponsors gone. No can do. These people have helped me when I needed help. So if I make it big and I can help them back, that's what I'm going to continue to do. They're the people that really, really count. They're the people that have stuck with me when it's been dirty, when it's been gritty. You know what I mean? It's been hard work. It's been hard. I've got cuts on my face. I've been sparring. I've been fighting. All this costs they've covered. And they're the people that's making this all possible for me. So it's always going to be them over any other big main sponsor that says, I'll get rid of them. Not going to happen. The ones that are helping me now are the ones who are loyal and always going to stay by my side. You know? Always.
That's incredible. One thing I get here from that is be loyal to them, and they'll be loyal to you. And be yourself.
100%.
People buy into people, right?
100%.
And it seems like people have really bought into you, Alfie, and I think that's really refreshing to hear.
Yeah, no, I hope so. Like I said, I've not hid. I don't hide the fact that I was bullied. I speak openly about it. I had a lot of trouble and a lot of mishap, and I had a lot of and being anxious and being this little ball and scared little ball to being this person who thinks oh, I'm the man. I want to be. I'm smoking. I'm drinking. I'm the main person now, and I'm open about that because that was a part of my life. If that didn't happen, I'm not going to be where I am today. That happened for a reason. I'm here now today. God willing, He's brought me all the way here from being bullied to having this part of my life to seeing that's not who I want to be. I don't want to party. I don't want to drink. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to act like some fake persona. Do you know what I mean? That's not me. So He showed me them two sides of life. He showed me that. He showed me, okay, you can box in front of people, but you're still scared and getting bullied. To no one's bullying you no more. You're getting older. No one's bullying you no more. But everyone wants to know you. Everyone wants you to fight their battles. Everyone, you gotta, you're all right. Live this other lifestyle. Live this fake little lifestyle you want to live. Smoke, drink, do whatever you want to do. Live that little lifestyle. But see how you feel in it. And I've lived both of them now. And now this is the first step. I'm here, and this is my final step. This is what I'm gonna do until I retire. This is me, and this is what He's shown me. Like, don't want to go back to either of them. Don't want to be an anxious ball. Don't want to be back in my bedroom playing Call of Duty. I want to stay. I don't want to be going out. Don't want to be smoking. Don't want to be partying. Don't want to be them. I want to be right here where I am now. I want to be boxing. I want to be spreading joy. I want to be spreading, giving back to people, giving fitness back to people, giving all in my PTs and stuff. I want to be being able to give back to every single person that I can. I want to help people. Always want to help people. And like if I won a world title and I won millions, even if I won the lottery, I'd give back to a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'd give it back a lot of people. Like, God's such a great person. He's a great gift, and he shows you where you want to go, and he can only point you in a direction. You got to do the work after He's shown you that direction to get where you want to be. And He's pointed me in the direction. He showed me the light. I just got to work hard and keep going for it.
He's showing you what you're meant for in this world.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
How important is God to you?
Very important. Listen, I don't go to church. I pray. I love reading about it, and I love doing my own little praying and my own little things. But spirits and spiritual guides and God is very powerful. It's very empowering. And I think without Him, I wouldn't be where I am today. I was almost very, very, very too far gone down the wrong path. I was this far away from being down the wrong path to ending up in cells or doing something that I didn't want to do or could end up in jail. Do you know what I mean? I was very, very close. Do you know what I mean? I was got being not very nice person to boom, that's not you. Wake up, that's not you, and it's not me. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's what it is. It's embarrassing. That's that part of my life. I don't look back on it, enjoy it, and think, it's amazing. Like, I lived it, done it. It's embarrassing. This is me. I don't need to lie to anyone. I don't need to be fake to anyone. I don't need to put on a fake image for anyone. This is me. I love boxing. I love fighting. I love giving back. I love helping all these other little kids do all their boxing and stuff. I had some kids sparring yesterday, and it makes me smile. Like, I had someone, a little boy box on the O2 Indigo. On a little skills belt not long ago. I've got 7 boxers boxing for me next weekend on skills belts. So we're having little skills belts. Got 1 girl out of them. And I'm thinking, wow, this is my gym. I've got these people wanting to do well for me. I couldn't imagine that. If you told me that 3-4 years ago, like, it's a dream. It's a dream, and now it's come to reality, and it's real life, and it's just honestly, it's super amazing. I love it. I really do.
That's obviously incredible, all of that. But one thing that we haven't talked about, we've talked about your past, how you've changed your life around, but your pro journey.
Yeah.
You're 7 fights in.
No. So I'm 6 fights in.
5 wins and 1 draw.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's it. That's right.
That's incredible how you've turned your life around. Now you're a professional boxer.
Yeah.
From how you were. How's your professional journey been?
Great. Like, I love it. I love the hard work. It's hard. People don't understand the hard work that really goes into boxing. People think, I can do that. I could go pro and do that. Yeah. Okay. You tell me. All right. You tell me where you're going to do that. If you've not had a great amateur career and you're not the top amateur in the country at your weight and stuff, you're not going to get an easy run. No. You got to have money to fund this boxing career for one. You need to have the time and effort and time of day to be able to put the time and effort in every single day to be able to get where you want to be. And then you need to graft it, work it. You need to come home from having great spars. You need to come home from having spars where you're almost in tears, like I'm fuming with how you've performed. It's not easy. It's not like a click of the finger process. It's all a long process. It's all a long journey. But yeah, it's been a long journey. Like I said, my life's just been up and down. My life's been up and down so far. But I'm finally steady in a steady state,
Good.
pushing forwards. And honestly, yeah, no, it's been a good journey. Like I said, 5 fights, 1 draw, 1 KO. So it's been good. Yeah.
What's the future for Alfie Clegg?
It's gonna be Alfie Clegg, world champion all day long,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
nah. That's it. I'm just gonna keep pushing, take it every step by step. It's a marathon. I'm 23, so
Yeah.
I'm still a baby. I only had 20 odd fights as an amateur. I had a handful of fights. Do you know what I mean? So didn't have this big amateur career like a lot of these boxers. I didn't get on these big amateur. Like I won the Southern area and stuff. I won a couple titles and stuff as an amateur, but I didn't win nothing major. I didn't do a lot. I always fought too heavy for myself. This is where I learn. I'm learning right now. I'm still learning on the job. Learning every single time I spar. Learning every single time I fight. I'm still learning. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
What sort of people are around in your weight?
There's a lot of people in my weight. Well, I told you saying that. No, it's not.
It's not, yeah.
So you got probably in England. There's like 20 odd people, 15 people in our weight. But obviously the top of my weight right now, Sonny Edwards,
Yeah,
amazing
so,
boxer.
yeah,
Hit
world
and
champion.
move. It's how it's got to be.
Similar to your style as well.
Hit and move, and that's the skill. And it's interesting because some people want to watch him or watch me get knocked out because my hands are down and I'm doing this sort of stuff, or you want to watch me because you're like, he's exciting. You're on edge of your seat because at one point one shot can change anything. One shot won't change nothing with me because I've got a good chin. So, but you're on your edge of your seat, so it's you're always on the edge of your seat. You're like the showboating. Then sometimes you stand there scrapping, and sometimes your hands are down, you're moving, or you're in trouble, and people are like, but it's exciting. You know what I mean? You either love it or you hate it, and that's the way it is.
I love it personally.
Yeah.
You know, I can relate to your sort of style because obviously I'm not so much hands down, but I like my hands there, and I can relate to that sort of style because it's more classy, as you said.
Yeah.
And so I'm personally one person who really enjoy your style, and I enjoy watching you fight as well, man.
Yeah, nah, thank you very much.
You got a show coming up on June the 10th on the Black Box show.
Correct. Yeah, Black Box Global. Yeah.
You've done quite a few shows for them, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've had 5 out of my 6 fights have been for them. I had one. My second fight was on Channel 5 Hennessy Sports. On the undercard of Isaac Chamberlain for his title fight. That was quite cool because I was warming up in a change room with people like Isaac Chamberlain watching me warm up, and he was around. And then after my fight, I got to sit there and watch him warm up for his fight, and he went out and won the title. So that was cool. That was a great experience. But Black Box is right now is where it's at. Dean White has built such an amazing platform. Very good friend of mine. I've got a lot of time for Dean. Talk to him daily. Wind him up daily. Yeah, I love winding him up. But yeah, no, he's a very good pal of mine. Got a lot of respect for each other. Very good mates now, and yeah, he's the platform he's built's amazing. It looks like a big cool show. You go there, the atmosphere, the lights, everything. You think like you're on like Sky Sports. Like he's made a big impact to this game already, and he's only going to continue to build because he's not like a lot of promoters. He puts money into it. So a lot of promoters are greedy. They want to take more profit. But he puts a lot of money into it, to get these lights, to get these, the big TV showing of you fighting on it during the fight, or get of you like I had a big ring walk thing before of me talking and stuff, and all them TVs and all that. It costs a lot of money. Production costs a lot of money. So he puts a lot of money in, and he cares. Me and Dean, he talks to me. What do you want to do? He talks to me all the time. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. 3-4 fights, you can fight for this. Trying to push and get title fights and that. And he's not even a manager or anything. He's just a very, very nice, humble man. I've got a lot of time for him. And he cares about my career. We've got a good relationship. Very, very good relationship.
Amazing, man. Well, June 10th. Do you know who you're fighting then? Or is that due to be announced?
No, not too sure I'm fighting yet. I think Dean and John are probably looking.
But step up, 6 to 8 rounds, right?
6 to 8 rounds, it will be 100%, and then we can start pushing and aim for some titles. So yeah, we've got very good people around me. I've got a good team, very good team. I've always had a good team. Got John, obviously. I've got my strength and conditioning coach Andy. I've got Casey Hindon as well. He's put a lot of time and effort into me. Xavier Miller. He's put a lot of time and effort into me. Dean's put a lot of time and effort into me. Paul, my original trainer. So I've had a lot of impact, and Ben Harmsworth. I've had a lot of impact and a lot of light from everyone, and my dad as well. Like I said, my dad's my #1 fan, so it's good.
Amazing, man. Alfie, let me just say it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming in and sharing your story. And yeah, is there anything else that you want to leave us with before you go?
That's it. Like I said, it's just, guys, be yourself. Keep pushing, bettering yourself every single day. And everyone who supports me, just know that it's not unnoticed. Do you know what I mean? Although like sometimes I'm busy or I'm on social media and stuff. If I could individually thank every single one of you who shares my posts, who sends it to their friends, who does everything, I would. And I'm thanking you right now. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for coming to support me. Thank you for coming to my shows. Thank you for screaming my name loud and clear. You guys are all amazing, and without you and my sponsors, like I said, it would not be possible. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alfie.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Cheers. Thank
Take
you very
care,
much.
mate. Cheers.